Hi, Ms. Smith. I'm Tina. I'm one of the research nurses here at Brigham NICU. I came by today to talk to you a little bit about potential of enrolling your baby in an MRI research project that we have going on. I know that he is having what we call a term equivalent MRI this week in one of the scanners that we currently use. And I was wondering if I could explain a little bit to you about the MRI machine that we have here in the NICU to see if you'd be willing to participate in this.
Sure, absolutely.
So we have a new scanner that's used right here in our NICU. It's around the corner from where your baby is now. Our current practice is to bring babies off the floor to have their scans, and we're hoping in the future to be able to use this scanner for babies' images here in the NICU so that we don't have to take them off the floor. Makes things a little speedier, more comfortable. The scanner has been FDA approved, but right now it is being used only for research purposes, which is why we're doing this. So basically what that means is he will get 2 scans. He's going to get his regular scan that we would do in the Lee Bell Imaging Center downstairs, and then he'll have an additional one, hopefully the same day, but it could also be the day before, the day after. He'll have an additional scan that's just comparing the images. So this is the kind of research project where there's technically no benefit to him or to you, but there is potential benefit for infants in the future that are in your situation. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions about that?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. No question.
The scan itself is done exactly the same way. The baby's wrapped the same way. All the same protocol that we would use for any scan happens. And I go with them and sit and monitor them. So if you're willing to go through with that, I'm going to give you the consent form. I'll review it with you, and I'll let you know when the actual scan's going to happen. Okay? You sign and then I sign.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to make a copy of it, and I'll give you a copy so that you have one for your records. Okay?
Perfect. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much for considering participating. I appreciate it. Hi, Judy.
Hello.
I have Patrick Smith here for his research scan. So we're just going to wrap him and prepare him here. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that he has nothing on now. We're going to change his diaper and make sure that he has no metal on. So I'm sure it's fine. Thanks. I'm just going to change him really quick.
How much does Patrick weigh?
Patrick is 2.6 kilos right now. And I did not do his head circumference yet. I'm sure it's under the 38 centimeters, but I will do it. I have a measuring tape right here. Just a second. So he's got a clean diaper on now. No leads on his back. I should have taken this off first. His head circumference is 33, so that's perfect.
And just to confirm, his temperature is going to be at 25 degrees Celsius?
Yes, that's perfect because he's been in an open crib and had no instability in his temperatures. So we're going to put him, get his mini muffs on, and the way this works, this swaddle, I know we don't usually use this one in the NICU, but we use this one with the Embrace, is this strap will actually hold the muffs on instead of using a hat. So I'm just going to put these on.
I'm just going to look at the paperwork. I've got the consent. I've got the MRI screening form.
Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to attach his electrodes. So his, obviously there would not be a t-shirt on this baby. We're going to pretend the t-shirt's not there. There's nothing I can do about this
T-shirt's the god.
doll with the t-shirt. Sorry. Okay. And then when you're doing this, I know that I'm the one doing it, but I'm just telling you why I'm doing it this way. We try really hard to make sure that these all are straight and aren't all bunched. Some people will actually even also apply them before they put the electrode on. Either way is fine, as long as you're not pressing on the baby. And then we always put gauze between the layers because we just want to be certain that there is no possibility of the wires touching the skin. So we put one there, and then we take another one and put it under here. So now all the wires are touching gauze, not touching the baby. And you just want to make sure it comes down. And then we can do the pulse ox. This I do actually always snap on first because it to snap it on once it's on their foot, it's a little bit, you have to press kind of hard to make sure it's in correctly. So I usually do that first. We also use sometimes a piece of Coban or a piece of cloth tape just to make sure that this is secure, because this isn't it's not always as secure as possible. One second, I just realized I did this wrong. He can be wrapped in his blanket, and then we're going to wrap him in this swaddle. Just want to make sure that these come down, and ideally we like to, if we can possibly do it, keep the foot out, because then we can get at it if it's not working. And then with this this swaddle, the chest piece, unfortunately it's not usually this tight, but it's just because of the blanket and the fact that it's a doll. And then we're going to swaddle his, make sure his legs are down, and that will keep those still. Okay, so we're going to move Patrick over to the incubator for the scanner. If you want to help grab those, perfect. Thank you for opening that for me.
You're very welcome.
All right, so we need to make sure that his head is up at the top so that we have enough room for the imaging. And then what we do with these is this can stay in here, but we want to make sure that there's no closed loops. So we're going to put this down and then flip this in so that you can see there's a barrier between each layer of the coil, and then it's not on the baby. Just got to get it to lay right. Here we go.
And we just want to bring the baby up a little bit more.
Okay, sure.
We
We
move
can move him up,
There's
yeah.
a center line here, and we want the middle of his head to be right in the middle there.
Better?
Good.
Okay.
So this is going to go on first.
Oops, sorry. Perfect. And then we're going to be able to see his face in the monitor. Okay, he's all set to go.
Before we bring the baby in, I'm just going to remove the cord.
Okay.
And then remove the floor. So these look great, ready to put the baby into the magnet, and we're going to slowly advance the baby in. And once the baby gets to position, you're going to notice the face on the top of the screen. All right, we're docked and ready to go, and we're not going to put the braking system on to get the baby out quickly when needed. You can see the baby's face.
Setting the temperature, so if I were to set the temperature, also it takes a moment before it refreshes.
Okay.
See, and then I press OK to set like a 28.
Okay. So just don't rush anything.
Yeah, press, wait,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, the scan's now finished. We're going to remove the baby slowly from the machine. And And this just prevents the baby from feeling the changes of the magnetic field. And when we're completely out, we're now going to lock the table and we can remove the baby from the capsule.
Can you just give me a hand with the cables, please? Yep. Thanks.
I can get that portion for you.
Thank you.